Department of State Services. Welcome all of you here as usual to the national headquarters of the Department of State Services. It is always very heartwarming to have you here, and we would continue to recognize you as strategic partners and collaborators in nation building. At a time like this, it is our belief that the media is very critical, and as such would have to play a critical role in peace building and political stability of the nation. Nigeria is the only country we have, and indeed, peace that we desire. This is not the time to be divisive. This is not the time to engage in mischief. This is not the time for people to indulge in activities, plans that will further create disorder, disharmony, or destabilize our beloved country. Our message is short, is simple, is direct. And that message is that the media would have to be very up and doing in restoring peace in the Nigerian nation. Because the media is a pace setter, the media is also engaged in agenda setting. The storylines are cast by you, the narratives are given out by you. So the DSS is advising that the Nigerian media must have to see this nation as the only nation we have and we must build. We are engaging you and imploring you to go out of your ways to ensure that there is peace in the nation. On our side, as intelligence, security, and law enforcement agency, we will continue to do what is expected of us, to continue to engage appropriately, engage all stakeholders, of which you are one. This is what we are doing today is a major engagement that we have thought is important. A few months ago, we engaged the NGOs and the civil society. Today, we are engaging the media at your level because you are gatekeepers to the media. And as gatekeepers, is what you put in the mind of your owners and your platforms that they release to the public. We want you, as coming up on this platform of national engagement, national security management, you have to realize that you are not just an ordinary Nigerian, you are a special Nigerian. As a journalist, whether as a print, broadcast, or blogger, or online writer, or whatever, you are special in the nation building. If anything goes wrong, the media will also have itself to blame, because God and time have bestowed on you a special platform which you have to use to rebuild our nation. Peace is very critical at a time like this. Ethnic disharmony is not what we should tolerate by any means. Living together, harmony, religious tolerance are the things that the media would begin to preach in your editorials, in your bylines, in your features, in your news. These are the things you have to give focus. Slanting news to achieve ulterior motives that may be set by persons or groups who are desirous of bringing chaos and violence to our nation is a temptation that the media must resist. As gatekeepers that you are, correspondents, reporters, photojournalists, and all of that, it is your duty to direct your platforms appropriately in transparency, pure accountability, and with a desire to promote our democracy. It is in order to achieve some of this that we have planned out to bring you and not just share opinions with you, but also to engage you at your level. In furtherance of this, we have made some campaign materials which we will give out to you as broadcasts or publishable materials to use to engage Nigerians, to advertise those materials and let Nigerians know what it means to shun violence, to shun fake news, to shun hate speech, and indeed live together as one. We are into elections, or sooner than later there will be general elections. The political programs have indeed started in earnest. Now, what we must do, and what you must do, and what every stakeholder has to do, is to ensure that the game is played according to the rules. We have to shun thuggery, we have to shun violence, we have to shun acts that will divide us as Nigerians. We have to live in peace, in tolerance, and in love. Shun, like we have stated earlier, fake news, hate speech, and indeed every act that will make us live in fear or distrust or disharmony. We have to educate our families what it means to be vigilant. We are asking all Nigerians, everyone, and this is an information you have to carry to the larger population, to be our brother's keeper, to watch out for one another, to also pass critical information to security agencies. Every day, we receive useful information here from members of the public and work with those information to achieve great results. For those kind of individuals and citizens who go out of their way to bring useful information that is used to counter threats and other levels of crimes, we commend them and further urge them not to be tired in working harmoniously with security agencies. Whether as the DSS and other forms of security agencies, we are working in collaboration, we are working in partnership. For my DG His model of security administration is synergy, is partnership, and he believes that no one agency can go it all alone or by themselves. So, all he has done, in line with the mandate of the DSS, is to dictate and indeed prevent crimes and threats against the internal security of Nigeria. As a domestic intelligence agency of Nigeria, and foremost one for that matter, we will not shake from our responsibility. We'll continue to discharge it without let or hindrance, without fear of any kind. No matter whose ox is God, we'll continue to discharge our duty creditably and ensure that the deserving peace that Nigeria needs or requires is indeed restored in our nation. From my DG to the least of our staff, we are committed to achieving peace, to achieving stability, and will work with all levels of stakeholders at the civil society, religious, community, and all, in fact, indeed, all credible legal institutions and groups in Nigeria to ensure that we rid our country of violence. Every day we make modest achievements in our counter violence operations or counter threat operations. We make great achievements, and we'll continue to do that. As far as where God keeps us, and we are discharging this, we will continue to discharge this responsibility properly, appropriately, and adequately. Now, before we get further, I will play some of the materials we have. Some have been done in English, some in Yoruba, some in Igbo, and some in Hausa. We want you to take this out, not just as a mere material. We want you to take it. Tell your agencies that this is, we are begging you, if you want to say that, to please discharge this as part of your corporate social responsibility, as part of your contributions to national security management for peace and stability. Please, can I have the English version played first? Thank you.
Elections are here again. Let us shun violence. Let us play the game according to the rules. Do not be a thug. Say no to violence. Let's rise and defeat violence, crime, and sabotage against the peace of our nation. Nigeria is the only country we have. We must do everything to keep it united. We must avoid any act that promotes hate and disintegration. Say no to separatist movement, terrorism, fake news, hate speech, religious bigotry, and any act that tends to divide us as a nation. Watch out for strange gatherings and suspicious movements. Restrict access to sensitive documents and data, the disclosure of which may damage national security. Educate your staff and family, particularly on measures to safeguard information and report security breaches. Apply relevant legal security guidelines to protect yourself and your neighbors. Due to misinformation and wrong choices, some idle persons resort to vices in their greed to get rich quick. They resort to kidnapping, killings for rituals, and other heinous crimes. Avoid wrong use of the social media before you broadcast that false message. Think twice. Ask whether it will promote peace or violence. For safety at home, still be security conscious. Educate your household on safety tips. Report all suspicious movements and persons to
Hello? What's the noise for? So we are saying Nigerians, elections are here again. Let us shun violence. Let us play the game according to the rules. Do not be a thug. Say no to violence. Let's rise and defeat violence, crime, and sabotage against the peace of our nation. Nigeria is the only country we have, and we must do everything to keep it united. We must avoid any act that promotes hate and disintegration. Say no to separatist movement, terrorism, fake news, hate speech, religious bigotry, and any act that tends to divide us as a nation. Watch out for strange gatherings, suspicious movements, restrict access to sensitive documents and data, the disclosure of which may damage national security. Educate your staff and family, particularly on security measures, safeguarding information, and reporting security breaches. Apply relevant security guidelines to protect yourselves and your neighbors. And indeed, such guidelines will have to be legally sanctioned guidelines. And due to misinformation and wrong choices, some idle persons resort to vices in their greed to get quick rich. They resort to kidnapping, killings for rituals, and other heinous crimes. Avoid wrong use of the social media. Before you broadcast that first message, think twice. Ask whether it will promote peace or violence. For safety at home, still be security conscious. Educate your household on safety tips. Report all suspicious movements and persons to the security agencies nearest to you. Be a good citizen, be patriotic. To pass security information, call 081 3222 2105, 0915 339 1309, 090 883 73514, or send a mail to dsspr@dss.gov.ng. This message, indeed, is from the Department of State Services. And we will be grateful if the media takes this as important and help us to please disseminate it to the public and educate the public. Henceforth, issues of security breach and all of that, the media has been inducted into the management platform as key managers, preemptively so that you wouldn't sit back and continue to say, if security had done this, the ball is in your court. I want to believe that you'll be great partners in this venture towards educating our country and making them shun violence, particularly prior and after the elections. That is very critical. Thank you very much. I'll take a few, maybe two questions.